Welcome, curious minds, to Chronicles of Strange History. Today, we delve into a bizarre and unsettling event that gripped a small French town in the summer of 1951. An incident so strange, so terrifying, that it blended mystery, mass hysteria, and sparked a dark conspiracy theory that persists to this day. This is the story of Le Pain Maudit, or the Cursed Bread. The unsettling events began subtly on August 15, 1951. In the quiet town of Pont-Saint-Esprit, several residents started experiencing a wave of unpleasant but seemingly minor ailments: dizziness, nausea, and stomach pains. However, within a few short days, the situation took a dark and dramatic turn. The afflicted were suddenly struck with terrifying, vivid hallucinations. Their minds conjured monstrous animals, raging fires, and demonic figures that seemed all too real. The once peaceful town rapidly descended into absolute chaos. An estimated 250 people were in the grip of this inexplicable madness. Panic erupted in the streets as people screamed in terror, convinced their bodies were burning alive or that their heads were turning to molten lead. The stories that emerged were truly disturbing. One man, in a complete delusion, believed he was an airplane and tragically jumped from a second-story window. He miraculously survived, but with both legs broken. Another tried desperately to drown himself, screaming in agony that snakes were devouring his stomach. Even children were not spared. An 11-year-old boy attempted to strangle his own mother, lost in the nightmarish grip of the affliction. The local asylum was quickly overwhelmed, unable to cope with the sheer number of afflicted individuals. Dozens had to be forcibly restrained in straitjackets, their minds lost in a terrifying reality. The consequences were devastating. In the end, 7 people died, and at least 50 were committed to asylums, some of whom would remain institutionalized for the rest of their lives. In the face of this unprecedented crisis, investigators desperately sought an explanation. The source of the mass affliction was quickly traced back to a single local bakery, owned by Rock Bryant. The prevailing theory, which was even published in the prestigious British Medical Journal in September of 1951, pointed to a natural culprit: ergot. Ergot is a poisonous fungus that grows on grains like rye. This fungus contains lysergic acid, a precursor to LSD, and its consumption, known as ergotism or historically as St. Anthony's fire, can indeed cause convulsions, gangrene, and hallucinations. While the ergot poisoning theory offered a seemingly plausible explanation for the widespread hallucinations and physical symptoms, certain aspects of the case simply didn't add up. Many of the reported hallucinations were far more intense and bizarre than typically associated with ergotism. Some experts at the time expressed skepticism that ergot alone could have triggered such profound, LSD-like psychological episodes in so many people simultaneously. Decades passed, and the official explanation remained unchallenged for many. However, in 2010, a far more sinister and disturbing theory emerged, one that cast a chilling shadow over the events of Pont-Saint-Esprit. American investigative journalist H.P. Albarelli Jr. published a book titled A Terrible Mistake. This book was based on declassified CIA documents that Albarelli had painstakingly uncovered. His findings suggested a horrifying possibility: the Pont-Saint-Esprit incident was not a tragic accident, but a secret mind control experiment orchestrated by the CIA's top-secret biological warfare unit from Fort Detrick, Maryland. According to Albarelli's research, the bread consumed by the townspeople was not accidentally contaminated with ergot. Instead, it was deliberately dosed with LSD, the powerful hallucinogenic drug, as part of the infamous MKUltra program. This top-secret CIA project aimed to study the effects of mind-altering substances for purposes of espionage and psychological warfare. The declassified documents reportedly included unsettling notes from a CIA agent who referred to the secret of Pont-Saint-Esprit, explicitly stating that the mass hysteria was not caused by mold at all, but by an unnamed substance. Furthermore, there were reports suggesting that scientists from a Swiss pharmaceutical company, a company known to be secretly supplying the CIA with LSD, were present in the Pont-Saint-Esprit area at the time of the incident. While the CIA has consistently refused to confirm this shocking theory, and the French government still officially maintains the ergot poisoning explanation, the truly bizarre and extreme nature of the hallucinations experienced by the residents of Pont-Saint-Esprit continues to fuel speculation. Was the curse bread simply a tragic case of fungal contamination? Or was it a deliberate act, a terrifying chapter in the Cold War where innocent civilians became unwitting subjects in a clandestine experiment? The mystery of Pont-Saint-Esprit remains one of the most disturbing and strange events of 1951, a chilling reminder of the hidden and sometimes unsettling aspects of history.